Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Max Jimenez with the Real Estate Disruptors and Max Cash Offers. Today, we have an amazing interview for you. But before we get into that, I want to talk about something that's huge that we all know about. It's social media, but we don't always take advantage of it. So recently, we went to an event which was put by the Collective Genius. It was actually a mastermind. And in the event, there was a lot of things that were talked about, real estate related, entrepreneurship. But the number one thing that was talked about was social media. Why do you think that is? Because social media has become so powerful that it's actually not only anymore for posting pictures of food, posting pictures of your pet, but actually we're doing real business through social media. And so today's video is actually about that. I actually met Josh Culler at the event. He wrote the book called REI Marketing. And so in that book, he talks about the influence in social media, in entrepreneurship, but mostly related to real estate and how it's changing the game. The interview was awesome. It impacted me. I took away a lot of nuggets. And, and this is what I want to share with all of you that are watching this video today is that I want to share this interview with you because I believe that if you're not taking advantage of social media in this day and age, specifically for your business, you are missing out not only on money, but also on influence. Because I know there's a lot of you that just don't want to monetize and you feel weird about it. But there's a lot of people out there that want to hear from you. And what's the best way to do that? Through social media. So I'm going to stop talking and we're going to get into the interview here so you guys can enjoy it. Like I said, I took a lot from it and I hope you do too. Enjoy the interview. What is up, everyone? I'm here with Josh Culler. You guys know who he is. He doesn't need an introduction. You guys have seen him all over. One of the things I want to do today with Josh and talk about the relevance of media, and especially social media, right? In today's market, I mean, it doesn't matter the industry you're in. It could be real estate. It could be, for a service, whatever you're providing. Josh is going to give us an introduction of how important it is today to create that brand. And obviously you're the perfect guy to talk about that. Can you let them know, what the importance is of that?
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you doing this with me. Just like reached out and he's like, hey, can we create some content real quick? Yeah, let's do it. That's kind of our anthem. So,
yeah, exactly.
That's good. So I would say the way that you got to look at not just social media, but any online content or anything that you're going to put out, the important way to look at it is not just from, I feel like a lot of people say, like, if you're going to build like a TikTok or an Instagram or a YouTube channel or whatever, that you got to be an influencer at that point, right? And I think that's completely false. Now, that is the avenue that most people take, but if you look at it more as a lead generation platform or a lead generation tool and it's straight up marketing, that's where you'll start to open your eyes and realize, like, okay, now I know how to use this platform in order to, bring leads in. So
100%. So 2 years ago, we decided to go heavy on social media, specifically for that. So one of the platforms was Instagram before TikTok got really big. And last year, just us recording our processes and showing what we're doing, we generated close to 100,000. And we're not talking about, direct to seller. These are people seeing what we do. Hey, Max, I got a deal, and I think that's kind of what you're referring to, right?
Yeah, and it's both though. So like every demographic that you go after, if you're going to get a lead source from, it's going to have different, platforms to actually operate on. So for instance, if you're marketing direct to sellers, then Facebook is probably going to be one of your key platforms to have credibility on, or even like an underrated one is Google My Business. That's an underrated platform to actually put content out on and fill that up. But if you're looking to market to, say, wholesalers or realtors, something like that, then having an influence through Instagram, YouTube, where you're basically educating and teaching your wholesalers how to bring you deals, that's a game changer.
Guys, this is crucial information for your business. Like, the game is changing. Branding. The last thing I want to say is you do have a book out. Can you talk a little bit about your book?
And your boy Steve is in it too. The book is called the REI Marketing Book. I kept it very keyword specific. You talk about branding, that's all it is, man. So literally all we did was we took our podcast called the REI Marketing Weekly. We're probably going to make this an annual book that comes out, and we took the first 37 interviews that have all the rock star real estate investors, active real estate investors, actively doing marketing in their business, talking about what they're doing in their business, and we stripped that down into a book format, and it has very specific strategies, very specific tactics and techniques on which they run their marketing, basically. And so pick it up at reimarketingbook.com.
Yeah,
that's it, man.
Awesome.
And it's free plus shipping. So that's hey, this is a marketing book. You guys are dropping into my lead funnel. So this is my marketing lead.
Awesome. So he does a lot of stuff with media. How can they reach out if they want to reach out to you as far as helping them out?
Yeah, I mean, you can follow me on Instagram, or I'm going hard at YouTube at this point at the Content Ninja. So I wear all black, and I was dubbed that by Matt Andrews, one of my buddies. And, so you can either do that or head over to cullermedia.com, CULLER.
I love that, the Content Ninja. They call us the Ninja Sales Trainers. These are Content Ninjas. So guys, check them out. Thank you for tuning in, and Josh, I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So when it comes to trends with social media, I don't think you can ever be super late to the party. Now, if we're talking like, it's always about what strategies you're taking. This is why it's so important to know your target demographic, because you don't know them well, then you're not going to be able to establish credibility and authority on the platforms that you need to go after. So that's the first thing, to start that.
Yeah.
The second thing I would say, and it's not very specific to social media, it's more specific to marketing,
right,
is what I'm finding, especially maybe not in your guys' market, but in the Midwest markets, because I'm from the Midwest, and the trends that I'm seeing the best of is the more local and specific you are, the more you're going to get credibility and authority within your market. I think that's a trend that a lot of people are text blasting, cold calling, RVMs, and doing all that stuff, and that's not bad things, but that's deterring a lot of people. I was just talking to one of my buddies out in Pittsburgh, and he's like, man, we fired all our cold callers because they're all overseas, or then we tried in states, but they weren't from Pittsburgh, and it's a very different dynamic when you're talking to somebody from Pittsburgh, right? And so the more local you get, the more local you get, the better it's going to be, and that goes down to the content you're putting out, the websites that you have. If it's, if you're marketing to Chicago, that's too broad. Market to Oak Brook or Arlington Heights, or whatever communities that you're in. So I think that's trend number 2. Trend number 3, I would say, is leverage referrals more. And you can do this through social media, right? So, and referral marketing is not always just like, hey buddy, I worked with this guy, and they did a good job for me. It's also testimonials. It's also like, that's leveraging a network to get referrals from people. But
100%.
Tap into your network with like attorneys or CPAs and stuff like that. Like, I think referral marketing is extremely underrated. It stood the test of time. The cavemen did it when caveman John was over there like sharpening axes and whatnot.
And some of those buddies, and those are some of the easier deals sometimes, or easier prospects to talk to, because you've already come referred.
It's 10 times, and you just have instant credibility when you're communicating like that. So I think pushing that a lot harder is going to be a trend that you'll see, and obviously social media is one of those ways that you can leverage that.
100%. Boom. Thank you, guys.